We're going to go over it now. We're going to go over and see what kind of thoughts that you all have on this. I asked you to have a seat in the chair now. I know, that's okay. I was giving y'all 4 to 5 minutes to see what kind of thoughts you could come up with, even if you didn't get it all the way answered. Okay, hold on.
Sit right there. Oh. My AirPod kicks me off twice, so I had to reload back into it.
Okay.
But I got it answered.
All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is read the problem. And please don't be blurting stuff out, okay? So Jaden went deep sea diving with some friends. If he descends at a rate of 3 feet per minute, what integer represents his depth in half an hour? Okay, so initially I want you to think a second. What do I need to know to help me solve this problem? Daniel, I saw your hand up. What's one thing I need to know?
That he has to go down 3. He goes down 3 feet per minute
Okay.
in half an hour.
No.
Hold on. I need to know what descends. You said the word descends. What does descends mean?
Go down.
To go down. So somebody's deep sea diving and they're going lower when they descend. If you come up, you ascend with an A. Descend, ascend. Okay. Tell me one more thing I need to know, Serena.
3 feet per minute.
I need to know that he's going 3 feet per minute. Okay, so that's something I would want to circle. Tell me something else I need to know.
So descend. If you're descending, you need a negative. If you're gonna be going.
Depending. If I'm descending from a mountaintop, it won't be a negative.
Well, he's deep sea.
Right. Yeah. So I'm gonna keep that in the back of my mind for now. But yeah, it's usually if I'm descending, I'm gonna do subtraction or negative. When I see descends, I'm gonna think of subtraction or negatives numbers. So I'm just gonna put a negative right here.
Yeah, are we doing multiple?
Hey, let me get there. I'm not there yet. Okay, what else do I need to know to be able to solve this? How much half an hour is? There's a lot of people that don't know how many minutes are in an hour.
60 minutes.
There's 60 minutes in an hour, so half hour is how many minutes? Okay, half an hour, 30 minutes. Okay, so I notice you're laughing, but it's not funny if it's something that you don't happen to know or can't remember. Okay, so 30 minutes. Okay, so when I got this problem and I changed up the numbers, one of the main points I wanted it is because it's a griddable answer, and so many people make errors on the griddables. But another thing that I didn't think about at the time is we've been working on addition and subtraction, but this is not addition and subtraction, it's something else. But I thought that y'all could figure it out, okay? So, what operation do you think this is going to be? It's multiplication, right? So, I'm going to make myself a table to solve it. Some of you could just do it in your heads, whatever. You shouldn't be clicking on anything right now. So, I'm going to make myself a table. I'm going to have, for every minute, how many feet is he changing here? Okay? So, for 1 minute, he's going to go, how far is he going underwater?
3.
So, negative 3 feet. Okay? So, in 2 minutes, how far down will he be? Negative 6.
Are you gonna do this?
Oops. I could if I had to, but no, I'm not going to. 3 minutes, how many feet underwater? He's going to be at negative 9. Okay, so what I did find is a pattern. Going from 3 to negative 9, or 1 to negative 3. What am I multiplying to get this?
3.
By 3, but I'm actually multiplying by negative 3. We haven't gotten to the multiplying by negatives yet, but we can just think of it as 3 right now. Okay? So if I have 30 minutes times 3 feet per minute, what am I going to get? 30 times 3.
30 times 3 is 90.
90. Okay. But with a negative answer, it comes up to negative 90, right? And you can probably figure that out because they're talking about underwater. Okay, so if you have a problem about deep sea divers or submarines or elevator below the 0 floor, stuff like that, you know they're talking negatives. Okay, so I got my answer, negative 90. The second part that people are going to mess up is how to bubble. So when we had the DCA last time, there was a fill in the blank question that was just the rectangles, right? They didn't have the whole thing set up, but there was a positive, negative at the side that you had to choose if it was going to be a positive, negative, or negative, positive or negative number. And I said, just leave it alone because all of our numbers right now are positive. But now we have negative and positive answers. So if my answer is positive, you leave it alone. You don't have to put plus. You can, it's not going to count against you, but there's a chance you could mess it up if it's positive, so just leave it if it's positive. But if it's negative, you have to bubble the minus in here, the negative. Okay? So let's pay attention to where that is, and that goes there. That's where the minus goes, the negative. However, my 90 does not go right next to it because that would be 9,000. I have to watch where my decimal is. It's right here. Okay, so if I'm talking about the number 90, whether it's negative or positive, I have to use the tens and ones place value, right? So my 90 is going to go here. And then I have to bubble in my 9 and my 0.
It's a little hard to do it all at once.
Well, yeah, but
You get the gist.
I mean, you could actually go and get like a text box O or period
Yeah, I
or
did that.
whatever to do it. Okay. So what was it about this problem that you think people might make mistakes on or that you had a hard time with? What do you think, Serena?
I didn't have a hard time with it, but I think it would be the positive and the negative.
You think people might be unsure of whether it's positive or
Yeah.
negative? Okay, that's something that they could mess up. What else is something someone might mess up?
Somebody might mess up and not pay attention to the whatever it is. Half an hour. Yeah, they might not pay attention to half an hour. They'll see an hour.
Yes. Okay, and that's another thing. They're asking, notice that the 3 feet is given in minutes, and then they also throw in the word hour, too. So some people might think they're working in the units hour, and some people are working in the units of minute.
And another mistake is the send, and they might forget to do the negative.
Yeah, vocabulary, knowing what words mean going down, what words mean coming up or positive. We'll have to go through that before the test, too. Okay, so that's the first question. We have one more. It's not as long. Ooh, sorry, my pants just came undone. My bad.
Are you still filming?
Yes.
It's been 8
Now that you mention it,
Wait,
good thing nobody's in that meeting.
maybe you should pause.
That's all right. I can go back and edit it out.
You would have been opening up and
Well, there's nobody here. Okay, next question. Same idea. This question should be a lot easier for you. Okay. If the temperature in Chicago is negative 12 degrees and it drops another 6 degrees, what will the temperature be? Okay, work with your group. If the temperature in Chicago is negative 12 degrees, also known as 12 degrees below zero, and it drops another 6 degrees, what will the temperature be? Okay, I'm going to set my timer. 4 minutes. You might not need the whole time for this one.
This one's kind of like a little. It's not gonna be like we're adding another. Well, we know it's a negative. It automatically.
Like you're thinking there, Leah.
Well, see, you just gotta think. If it's both negative, you're gonna be staying negative.
Maybe.
And I've already done my answer. Those are automatic.
Okay, but you gotta show me some work.
I did. Wait, keep change. I'll do it. All you have to do is like a little bit of mental math. I didn't need the 4 minute timer. I'm like, okay, what's 12 plus?
Okay, remember there's a number line up there you can use, and you can always draw yourself a number line. What, the number line?
There's a hack on your phone. Like if you like hold your, let me show you.
I'm just
If you like hold your mouse and you drag it down, you can. If you don't lift up your finger, you can draw. And then if you click on it, it'll erase everything except the stuff you have before. So like it'll end up looking already.
ugly.
Okay.
So ugly.
Cool.
Wait.
That's what I literally do while I'm waiting to go on. I cover up the whole entire.
All right. Leah's here. Ava, no.
She's already been here.
Jocelyn's here. Daniel's here. Ethan's here. Serena's here. Kind of thing. Lucas, no.
Or she could be sick.
Hannah's here. Ava G.
Plus, it's getting into
Ingrid's
flu
here.
season.
Christopher's here.
So you best believe I'm getting that flu shot. I'm sure my work so I can get a good grade on it. Automatically know it's not sick.
Okay, I see a lot of good answers popping up over here.
Did I get it right?
I'm not saying yet.
I know I got it right.
Make sure you're writing something on your earpod.
What kind of watch are you wearing?
It's a Android.
Wow.
I gotta reset it though. Usually it has my family's pictures on here. Right now it's got an ugly background.
Well, do you have an Apple phone or an Android phone?
Android.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh.
I have an Apple. I don't trust myself with Android stuff.
Actually, it's a Samsung phone, is what I should say.
I have a Samsung, but it's also. Do those pair with? Do the watches pair with Apple phones?
I don't know. It's made for Samsung. So.
40 seconds left.
Okay. It's my Samsung Galaxy wearable. I gotta fix that. Okay, raise your hand if you're still working. Oh, all right. All right, so before we get started on this, pause what you're doing. I would like some of these groups to share, maybe 2 or 3 of you, as to how you got your answer. Johnson, what did you do to get your answer?
Wait, can I do it?
Okay. Got 10% on Kevin. You gotta do
Can I do it? Can I draw on your board?
No,
No, it's drawing.
no. I'm asking Johnson to share. What did you do to solve it?
So first it said if the temperature in Chicago is negative 12 degrees and it drops another 6 degrees, well that would mean you have to subtract. So when you subtract, you take away, you say negative 12 minus 6, that would be 18. And then on the answer, I'm negative 18, and on the answer D, it said 18 degrees. So the negative, you'll see, will show the negative.
Okay. Thank you. I like your thinking. Serena, what's your thinking?
So,
Let's listen and be respectful while others are sharing.
well, it says negative 12 degrees and it drops. Drops means goes down. So you're adding it. It drops another 6 degrees. That would be negative 6. And I added negative 6 to 12 and got my answer.
Okay, hold on. Let's pause this for a second. Where did I put my thingamajigger? Okay, so there is more than one way to write an equation for this. And Serena told me she started with negative 12, and then she added negative 6. to get her answer, right? That's what you just told me. Okay, but Johnson told me for his that he started with negative 12 and he subtracted 6 to get his answer.
That's what I did.
Okay? So if I took Johnson's way here and did keep, change, I would get Serena's. It's the same thing, just written 2 different ways. Okay, because minus a positive is the same as plus a negative. It's going to take us the same place on the number line. Okay. If you do not have a number line to look at, you can always draw your own number line. And you don't have to start at 0. If my number says I'm starting at negative 12, I can just go, okay, negative 12 is going to be here. And it says that I have to get colder. So I know when it's like 50 degrees, if it gets colder, it's going to go that direction, right? Like the temperature drops, my numbers get smaller. So I'm going to go smaller, 6 degrees. What number could possibly be down here to the left of negative 12?
18.
You don't know? Okay, so we're going to look at it up here too real quick. Okay, so if I was working with positive 12 degrees, and I said it got 6 degrees colder, I could just subtract 6, right? And I would get it right here. I would go backwards to the left to 6. But if I'm starting at negative 12, and it says it got 6 degrees colder, I still have to move in the negative direction 6 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's confusing.
And that gets me to negative 18.
It confuses me.
I'm still
I just like doing it like
Okay, another way to write the number line, I have it printed out, I need to put out a vertical number line, like a thermometer. Okay, and when you get to 0 and underneath, you know, it's negative. Alright, so
Imagine if it was negative 18 degrees outside.
I'm from Chicago. That's cold.
You're from Chicago?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa! Have you ever had a deep dish pizza? Really?
Yeah, the pizza around here is
Are
bad.
you from 63rd?
No, I'm from a suburb. Thank you.
Oh, so you're from a nice using my headphones.
Alright, so what's my answer? C, negative 18. I noticed that, Leah, want to share your thoughts when you first saw these answers, what I heard you say? What did you say?
I eliminated the positive numbers because I knew that it wasn't going to be positive numbers.
Okay, yeah. She thought, you know, and someone might just go 12 degrees minus 6 would be 6, and they might choose 6, but she thought it can't be a positive number.
If it says drop, that means it's going down.
Right, and you're starting all the way at negative 12. Even if you took 6 steps in the positive direction, you would
Still
be
be
at negative
negative
6. You wouldn't be cross the positives.
You'd have to take 18 from 12 to get to positive 6.
Right. Okay, any questions on this?
No, ma'am.
All right.
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna,
Can you dip this pizza?
I wish. They have a Uno's Pizza in downtown Fort Worth. That's pretty good.
I don't like pizza.
That's Chicago. That's a Chicago pizza place. There's also a Rosati's, not too far from here. Okay. Let me stop recording here.